just me and the rubbish truck this morning. It's 6:30 a.m. There's been a big night of partying here in Cairns, so everywhere is deserted. I'm off to see the Daintree today, the most beautiful forest in the world, Rainforest. I'm going to be picked up at 7 a.m. So I've just awoken and I'm going to go grab a coffee, and then once I get picked up, that's it. There's a long drive into northern Queensland. From memory, I've done it before. It takes about 2 hours, I think, from memory to get there to the Daintree. The roads are small and winding, and just need to be a little bit careful. But it's a beautiful morning. No rain, no sign of the cyclone, and I'm excited. I love the Daintree, and I want to take you guys with me on the journey, and then eventually, once I've convinced you, you can come here and do it yourself. So the Daintree tour is costing me $220. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but it's a small price to pay because it includes all transfers, it includes lunch, it includes all entry into the parks and wildlife areas. You get to see the most beautiful and spectacular scenery in the world, and it goes for like more than half a day. I think we come back here at about 5 or 6 at night. So you leave in the morning at 7 and you come back 10, 12 hours later. Well worth it. And I am doing the tour with Billy T Safaris, and I used them in the past and they were pretty good. They've even got access to some exclusive areas of the rainforest, which is what you want to see. You want to see those out of the way watering holes and scenery, and also, which I failed to tell you, the guidance. You have a ranger with you. You have someone who is actually understanding of the environment and what they're showing you, and they know all the little intricacies of the rainforest, and that's what you want in a tour. You want to walk away with not only those great photos and videos, but with knowledge of the rainforest, because it's an amazing living and breathing entity that will probably be here once we're gone as well. So I'm gonna go get a coffee now. I'll see you guys shortly on the way to the Daintree. My bus is here. It's the Billy T Safaris. I like the design of this bus. It's pretty cool. All right, jumping on now. We've arrived at the Daintree River, and I've got my coffee, complimentary coffee, and I'm walking around the grounds of the actual river cruise centre, and behind me is the Daintree River, and we'll be cruising that shortly. This is the second time I'm doing this cruise. I did it about a year and a bit ago. It's so peaceful out here in the Daintree. Can you hear the birds? Coffee's really good as well. I'm really excited about this cruise because there's crocodiles in the river, and they've all got their own little spot. And yeah, so what they do is they point them out to you, and then you can see the turf of each of the crocodiles. So the cruise goes for about an hour. It's going to be exciting. The serenity of the Daintree. The serenity of the Daintree. Can you hear that?
cruise a total length of about 130 kilometres. Now at the present moment we are 11, now looking in a northwesterly direction, gazing inland. Now river starts, so on the high tide like this is always where the yellow flowers follow up. What mangroves all have in common is floating seeds, seconded by inedibility of the fruit. Mangroves don't need to have things that taste nice, they can be carried far and wide.
We've disembarked from the boat from our Daintree tour. Unfortunately, we didn't see any crocodiles today, but they are there. And this behind me is the crossing where we have a barge that carries across automobiles, and then what they do is you put your automobile on the barge and then it takes you over here onto the island, because there's no bridge connecting this island across the Daintree River. It was a good cruise. Interesting sign here. It was a very calm and relaxing cruise. I'd do it again. It's fantastic, especially learning all about the mangroves and the wildlife. It's very nice. Okay, back on the Billy T tours.
I usually actually don't take many pictures, but
I'm about to show you guys something that is quite remarkable, and you may be grossed out by it, you may not like it, but when you come to the Daintree and you're in this part of the world, there is something that you can do that is interesting. Is it dangerous? Not really. Will it kill you? No. Could it be deemed as gross? Maybe. So there's a number of ants that run around the area, and on these rails those ants are everywhere. They're pretty big ants, they're about that big, and they've got a green behind, a little ball on their back, a little green ball. And if you actually pick up that ant and put it on your tongue, it gives you a little zesty kick. It actually tastes a little bit like a lemon, or alternatively it could give you a little sensation like putting your tongue in a battery. I'm sure most of us have probably done that as a kid, doing something stupid. Don't do that. Don't put your tongue in the battery. But once you get the ant and you put the behind, the little green ball onto your tongue, it gives you a little bit of a kick. It's a bit lemony and a little bit like a battery, a little bit of a battery kick. Let me do that for you now. I've done it before, but I want to do it for you guys, just so you can see that I'm not lying to you. So what do you think? I'm still here, I'm still alive. tongue's a little bit zesty, but it's a bit like a party trick actually. If you want to freak somebody out or show them a bit of a party trick, that's what you could do. But if it grosses you out, don't do it. Just had a lovely lunch and now I'm heading out to the beach. The Colkey Lookout, which is behind the beach house here. And this beach is probably one of the best in Australia. Some seats here to sit down and enjoy the view. Golden sands, blue sky, clear waters. This is Australia. You know, when I talk about Australia being the best country in the world, I don't just say that because I'm Australian. I say that because it's got everything and it is the best in the world. Look at this. You're not going to get this anywhere in the world. Deserted beaches, beautiful weather, clear blue ocean. It's just me. You know the feeling of being rich? This is it. You don't need money. You've got the rainforest that meets the sea or the ocean. This is what being rich means. You don't need the money. It's all about the freedom. And I want everyone to be free. I want everyone to come and enjoy this. We finished up at the beach. And now we're at a local watering hole, and I'm being extremely adventurous and trekking through bushland, the rainforest, and there's a stream, you can probably hear it, it's right next to me. I've left the guys behind on my tour and I've come over here to this beautiful stream to show you the serenity. So very different to where we were before. Like, we're at the beach, golden sand, beautiful waves, and just a nice beach to have a swim. And now, just down the road, we're up in the mountains, and there's a stream here, and it's very peaceful, but at the same time very Australiana. This doesn't really feel like a tropical environment. This is something you can find down south in Melbourne or in Victoria, and looks very similar to my organ pipes video, where you've got a lake or a little stream that passes through. You've got these really smooth stones, tropical trees, which gives it a little bit of a different feel. But when you look at it from a bird's eye view, it is similar. I'll get a little bit closer to the water. Very peaceful. And this is what you come up to Cairns for. You come up for this. Nothing else, nothing more. morning to everybody. I am here on the Cairns Pier. Beautiful sunrise in the background. It's a beautiful day. It's very calm. It's a Monday morning. It is my last day. I'm about to leave and go back to Melbourne. It's been a good time here in Cairns. It definitely won't be my last time. I like Cairns, as I've said a number of times. It's a beautiful part of the world. It's a peaceful part of the world. But I need to get back to Melbourne. I have things to do, but I shall be back, hopefully in a few months' time, to enjoy this beautiful view. Look at the pier. The pier is amazing. You have all the boats, got the sun rising in the background. I thought I'd show you some scenes from the pier this morning, so you can enjoy this beautiful scenery as well.